No one back at Trioceanic believed me, but I never gave up on you once. How do you feel?
Better. A lot better.
I saw 2 movies that were about academia.
Yeah.
Right? This year that came out.
Right.
Based, I guess, in liberal arts. Not even in the STEM field. And, like, you know, something like maybe like a sci-fi movie would be based, right? A sci-fi horror movie,
You're
right?
in the Dead Poets sort of.
Yeah, we're in that world. And I was watching Leviathan
Yeah.
with Peter Weller about deep sea mining, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part where Peter Weller, basically they were left for dead, but in the ending they survive. And then the corporate, like, basically the corporate person that left them for dead is like, oh, you know, thank God you're alive. And Peter Weller punches her. First off, he punched a woman. Yeah. I was like, whoa, this is the 80s. They didn't give a fuck back then about anything.
They did not give a fuck.
But one thing I noticed, though, was...
To be PC.
Like, what I noticed was that it was like
shocking.
a working-class, blue-collar hero punching a corporate person.
Right.
And we don't have those kinds of heroes in movies anymore.
And we desperately need them now.
And I think in the 80s,
yeah.
they were trying to appeal to, like...
We can't sit here and condone violence against women.
Okay, time out. Back up. Wall Street was kind of like a turning point where greed is good, you know, but prior to that, you know, there was these sort of like working class heroes that were counter to that.
Wall Street, it does support the working class hero with Martin Sheen's character.
It does, for sure.
Yeah, with
right.
Bud Fox's father.
Yeah.
And in the ending, of course, Gordon Gekko goes to jail.
Yeah.
So Wall Street had the same effect that Scarface had, where Scarface was anti-gangster,
right?
But everyone thought it was pro-gangster.
Like 3 movies are similar where I don't think people really understood the endings of these movies. It was Wall Street, Scarface, and The Devil Wears Prada.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think people were inspired to
so
the lifestyle.
Explain that more, though. Yeah.
Well, Devil Wears Prada, she basically rejects all that. Like, she this kind of really mean corporate lifestyle where
everything's about glamour.
Everything's about glamour, and then you see the kind of rot underneath these people.
Yep.
Right? And then then all these young people grow up saying, I want to work for Vogue or those publications and be like one of those people, right?
Right.
Wall Street, same thing. Scarface, I want to sell drugs.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be like Tony Montana, but he gets machine gunned down at the end of the movie.
And Tony Montana has an incestual obsession with his sister.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets that. That's really creepy about him.
Oh, there's a lot of bad things about him.
Yes, I don't look at him like a role model.
But yet, as kids, we would be like, "Say hello to my little friend" all the time. Like, what? You know, what is that sick? Human sort of love of that.
That movie meant a lot to my dad because my dad was a broke immigrant in New York at the time, right?
Yeah.
And he saw it in theaters, and he saw it in Times Square. And you go to Times Square, right? You get everybody there.
Yeah.
Right, like
totally.
You get you get all of New York in Times Square to watch movies.
Yeah.
The audience loved it.
Regular working class people liked it.
Right.
Working people, middle class people, they liked it. It was cultural elite people didn't like it.
Right.
And I feel like now they took those cultural elite people and now let's make movies about them.
Right.
Let's make a movie based in the philosophy department at Yale.
And they're
That's
not striving
boring.
for anything. That character, his striving and that desire to like succeed in the way and not be like. And I like there some of those moments like with the, like the girls, they're like interacting with the girls and the girls are like looking down on them kind of thing. Like it's so everybody can identify with that in a way. It's just like and that he's a more complex character than just a gangster with a gun.
Yeah, no, that's true. He has an underdog aspect to him, of course. And
you were saying before this sort of like character driven and dramatic kind of stuff in these action-y kind of thriller films and all that too. Like I was watching Die Hard 2 and just the opening, it sets like everything up just perfect. Like there's such craft and style in some of these like action films of like that time too.
In the 90s, like Die Hard with a Vengeance, the whole reverse racism stuff.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
I had when I was a kid, because I grew up on those movies, I had no idea how groundbreaking that was and how cutting edge that was to deal with race in a big budget action comedy.
Right.
Like, I mean, Lethal Weapon shied away from that, right? The race aspect.
I guess
we'll allow those movies. They didn't really.
They didn't go into it. Then like Die Hard with a Vengeance, right away. You have Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Remember that? Who not to help and get help from. white people.
He's passing this on to his kids. Right? He's
Sadly true.
passing this on to his kids, right? This is very real about just bigotry from everybody.
Right.
No matter what color you are, you pass on.
That's the beauty of cinema, is like to be able to spend time and sort of go into other people's lives and you know, feel
the fact that movie even dealt with that. And then I was watching it again, like, wow, it's amazing that you could stick that into a mainstream commercial action.
And the action in Die Hard with a Vengeance, it was so grounded, and it was stuff that we want to do, being New Yorkers.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, we're on the east side, but we want to get to the west side.
Right.
How we just cut through Central Park? You know, the stuff that just as New Yorkers we want to do. You
And
know?
it feels real, and there's like a believability to it in this heightened space.
It's funny line. He's like speaking through there, and he's like, I was trying to hit the vibe.
That's awesome.
The villains in those movies too, like, were great. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Or like Jeremy Irons, they had him,
Yeah.
and now it's a cliche.
Alan Rickman, right?
Alan Rickman was great in that movie. What's your name? Clay. How he said
Yeah.
William Clay or something.
Clay. Yeah, right. It's great. And then
stupid Hans.
yeah. Because like I feel like when we were kids, there was like all these bully, high school bully movies.
Oh yeah, 3 O'clock High. You ever see 3 O'clock High?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
There was that director's name is Phil Janu.
Yeah. Okay.
He did another really cool movie called State of Grace.
Oh right, I've heard of State.
Which was it was like a
gangster movie.
It was like gangster
about the Westies in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh nice.
And Gary Oldman plays this alcoholic, wild man. He's excellent in the role.
He has cut off hands in his refrigerator.
Oh,
that he keeps to put like prints on the guns that he uses.
Oh,
So the police are looking for a dead guy.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's so disturbing.
Sean Penn's in it. Robin Wright.
Oh, she's awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah, great cast.
Yeah, totally.
And Harris is in that.
And those A-list actors all, played in those kinds of movies and tried, all these edgy kind of roles.
Young actors want the roles.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Like even like with our movie Half a Light that we've been developing, young actors want to do it. They want to play gangsters, right? Because like actors grew up on Al Pacino and De Niro. Mm-hmm. Is a great role for a young actor, but they don't make them. Like they don't make street level crime movies anymore.
Right.
My theory is that the filmmakers have become too privileged, where they're disconnected with what's going on in the street because the film schools are so damn expensive now.
Right.
Right. NYU, Tisch, Columbia.
Higher ed, just in general, has become insane and
it created like two different audiences.
Yeah, right.
The thing, like I remember I saw a poster for a movie in the subway. No, actually not a movie, a Broadway play. I saw this poster, and it was like a 70s style thing. And I just knew, I think an Ivy League person wrote this. Mm-hmm. So I Googled it, and I was right. I was like, okay, Harvard, yeah.
Says this Penn State guy, right?
but you could tell from the poster and what it's dealing with.
Right.
Like these movies, I could tell, like, all right, this is a prep school person that made this movie.
Right.
And these are the kind of interests that this person has.
Well, Penn State's known as the public Ivy. Okay?
No, right.
Yeah, but at state school, you do meet a wider.
Because when I tell people I went to Penn State, they think I went to UPenn.
Right.
I'm like, no, that's not me.
Yeah, but I did know a wider group of people. Like one of my good friends grew up on a carnival.
Right.
He was a white guy that grew up in a carnival, and I had friends that grew up in North Philadelphia, which is like one of the hardest places to grow up in on the East Coast. And
you had a better mix. You had working class kids, and you had the rich kids. You had, of course, but it was a better mix.
Aren't those working class filmmaker kind of thing, or the sort of blue collar filmmaker?
Oh, like a John Carpenter.
Yeah.
You don't
see those voices anymore. It feels like
is the higher education system film became too academic.
Right.
Say motherfucker!